A lot of you ask us on how we maintain our plants. So in this video, we are going to show you how we do that. I mean, not plants like this is plastic, but something real like these. So we're going to show you how we maintain our indoor plants as well as our outdoor garden. Absolute basics first. A lot of you ask me where our plants are from. Most of them are from Sydney Plant Market. It is a nursery in Annan Grove Road where we live. It's in the Hills Shire. The second is Bunnings, and very few plants are from Parkley Markets. We have figured that most of our plants from Parkley Markets didn't live as long. These are where most of the plants are from. The second question that most of you ask me is, how do you start gardening? Look, I can't give you an answer for that. It depends on where you live, the soil conditions that you have in the area, and the climatic conditions in the area. I can only provide some guidance. Unless you live in the same street as I do, whatever works for me may not work for you. The best suggestion that I can provide is to visit your closest nursery and talk to your neighbors. Find out from them what plants they have and if they are thriving or not thriving, and what do they do to make it thrive. That is your best bet. How did we do it? We did by talking to our neighbors and also visiting nurseries. Also, we have experimented a fair bit, and by doing that, we have also spent a lot of money. So be mentally prepared if you want to start this as a hobby. Do these things and you learn for yourself. I can provide some guidance as to what is working in the Hills Shire and in this part of Sydney.
As always, we've broken this video into 3 sections, and in the first section, we're going to talk about the nutrition that we feed the plants. The first one is chicken pellets, which is something that we use every once in 6 months. So we spread chicken pellets at the start of spring season. We just leave it as is for the next 6 months, and then come the 1st of autumn, we'll again spread chicken pellets. So the way we do it is, we take a handful and we start just throwing it in the soil, and then we use a till to just roughen the soil up a little and then pour water over it. That's the first step. Chicken pellets are slow releasing, so we believe that they would sort of give that nutrition that the plants require for the entirety of 6 months, and then we replenish them again during autumn season. And the second one that we use is this Charlie Carp all-purpose fertilizer. This is a liquid form of fertilizer, unlike the chicken pellets, and this we use it every once a month. And the way we use it is, we have a 5-liter sprayer, and we mix 50 ml of this solution to 5 liters of water. We dilute it basically, and then we just spray it all over the leaves of the plant, pretty much everywhere, on top of the leaves and under the leaves as well, and we make sure that we cover the entire garden. If it's not enough, we'll add more, and then we'll spray the entire garden. So at a time, 5 liters of water is not enough for us, because as you can see, it's a big garden. So we would usually do 2 or 3 rounds of this every once a month. And the third one, this is sort of optional. We just bought it recently, and that's because one of our lady's finger or okra plants, the leaves have started turning yellow. And when we did some research, we understood that plants also require a bit of magnesium, or if there's magnesium deficiency in the plants, the leaves will start turning yellowish. And so we got this. What we do is basically mix 10 grams of this in 5 liters of water, and then we spray it all over the plant and leave it as it is for a few weeks for the plants to absorb the magnesium and start producing dark green or lush green leaves. A few more things to note here. Although the packet instructions say that we need to do this once in 2 weeks, and the chicken pellets once in 4 to 6 weeks, we don't do that. The way it works for us is, our soil, we believe that the soil already has a bit of organic materials in it, and so we don't want to overnourish the soil. So for now, this works for us, wherein we use chicken pellets once every 6 months during spring and autumn, and this we use it once a month. That's what works for us. What we would suggest is that instead of using fertilizers, first plant something, see how that grows, and if you think the plant is not growing to its expectation, maybe then experiment it with fertilizers. You don't have to go all in the first go. And the last thing that I wanted to mention with these fertilizers is, they've got a really strong smell associated to them, and it's definitely not anyone's cup of tea. So maybe you can use a mask, or if you're okay with the smell, just go ahead and throw it in your garden. It's actually good for your garden, not as good for your nose.
The next section is, we are going to show you how we protect our plants from insects. The first one is neem oil. We have read a lot about neem oil, and we tried using neem oil for our garden bed and all the plants. we felt like this is not working as much. However, we still have it. That's where both of these come into picture. So we get a lot of like I don't know, caterpillars, smaller insects, like I don't know the names of all of this, but there are all kinds of insects that come in, and that's when we started using these ones. They are more prominent in winter. So neem oil didn't work for us, but we still have it. We don't use it as regularly, and we feel like these have like stronger ingredients. They're still like organic stuff and all that. You get them from Bunnings, and this one addresses like some of the insect types. The other one is more for like edible plants. As you guys know, from our other videos, we have like a lot of vegetables that we grow. So this one works, and this is also a bigger bottle. Both of them works. And also during winter, what we have noticed is we get a lot of snails and slugs in our flowering trees, mostly over there. So we have our hibiscus and lavender and daisies and all that over there. So on that side of our garden bed, and we see a lot of snails there. I do try to handpick them and like throw away. Yes, it's yucky, but if you've got a garden, you need to be mentally prepared to, you know, do all of this. And this also works. Also recently, just about this, follow packet instructions. You need to like put in a lot of them. What happens is like snails die or whatever, you still see the shell. You have to handpick and throw them after you use this. The other thing that we have recently discovered is this, and Karthik read about it. You're supposed to put beer inside this, so it comes like a thing. I don't want to open it. So you put beer inside it, about that much, and then you insert in your garden bed. This also helps address the snails. We will see in this winter how this works, because we have done this only like a few months back. Last winter we were kind of surviving with this and just us hand picking the snails and slugs that we were seeing. You may not need this, but our peach tree was infected with like a leaf curl disease last year, and when we read about it, it's a fungicide, and we went and got a specific fungicide spray. It's copper based, and this we followed packet instructions and sprayed on it, and the tree recovered like immediately. So I was so happy to see it recovering. We followed packet instructions to the T, and we sprayed it only once. I don't think it mentioned that we'll have to spray again and again, because the disease or the infection didn't spread again. So we've just sprayed once, and the tree looks good. We read that this can happen for citrus trees. We also have a lime and mango, so we bought like a bigger packet in case this is going to happen again. We just had to use only once. So the short version is, start with neem oil. If it works, all good. But if you have like a bigger garden bed like us, maybe you would need something a bit more powerful. That's where you will need like your proper pesticide, like insect spray and stuff like that. If you have flowering plants, you may get snails, or I don't know if there are snails in other plants. For us, we only got where the flowering plants are. In those cases, you'll need snail pellets to protect them. It won't protect 100%, but it will do a good job. You still have to, you know, go and take it out. It will leave the shells, you'll have to take it out. And if your plant gets affected with a disease or something like that, you have to address the disease dependent on what has happened. In our case, this was affected with a fungicide, so we had to get a copper-based product to address it.
The next section is lawn care. So we've got couch buffalo for our front yard as well as our backyard, and we found these two to be the magical pill for all of our lawn solutions. We haven't gone for anything else. Every kind of problem that our lawn has faced, drying out, bald patches, or simply not growing, or having a lot of spacing in between the lawns, this has pretty much solved all of our problems. And I know I've got a larger bag. It actually comes in a smaller bag with packet instructions, and for this, please read the packet instructions carefully, because this is pretty strong. It actually works like magic, and so too much of magic is not good for you nor for your lawn. So please make sure that you read the packet instructions. Just use the quantity that Scott's recommends, and then use it in your lawn. Just sprinkle it and water it, and wait for the magic to happen. And this one is basically the couch buffalo seeds. So if you've got a bald patch, you've got to mix this and this together and pour it all over the bald patch, and you will get like fresh set of beautiful couch buffalo grass. We have now come to the last section of this video, where we're going to talk about the most important thing, our indoor plants. For indoor plants, we basically go with something that's pretty sturdy, that's long lasting, and that's very low maintenance. And so these plants don't require fertilizers, or we haven't fertilized these plants at all. Just good quality soil and regular water, and these plants will just thrive in indoor spaces. But one problem that we have always faced with indoor plants is after some time, it starts developing a lot of flies around these plants, and within a quick span of time, say a week or two, the place will be swarming with flies. These flies are called gnats, G-N-A-T-S, and you'll see this place swarming with gnats. It's not just a problem that I've faced. I've seen my neighbor face the same problem, and so I thought this video would be a perfect place to explain how to resolve this. So we used something called a gnat barrier. This is available in Bunnings, and we'll link it in the description below as well. So you need to use this and cover a depth of 3 centimeter from the top of the soil so that the soil is not visible at all. What that does is prevents these flies or these gnats from reaching the soil, using the soil's nutrients to grow or reproduce. It cuts that connection, and this will definitely stop gnats because it has happened to us. What we do is we just use this 3 centimeter of this above the soil, 4 centimeter just to be sure, and within a few days, you'll see the gnats drastically go down. If you want, you can move the pots into your backyard or just outside the house for a period of time. And then once the gnats are gone, bring it back. And instead of the pot having just the look of the soil, this actually gives you a more aesthetic look and feel, and also protects your soil from gnats. So this definitely works for all the indoor plants.
I hope you all found some value in this video. Please let us know in the comments below what has worked for you and if we should start using them as well. Happy autumn and happy gardening. We'll see you in another one. Bye.